Gilfer, aka Jared, coach of the Portland Polytoads here, bringing you another PNWBN game. Week 10. This time, the Sith Lord Snorlaxs versus the Cincinnati Cinderaces, and we're hopping right into it. What you got planned this week?
Hopefully not losing.
Hopefully not losing. That's a good plan. That's my plan every week as well.
Yep, same.
Perfect. What, are you nervous?
Yes.
Why?
I'm
What do you have to...
nervous.
You do fine. You're all right.
Yeah. That's always nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that's fair.
At least the first round.
The first battle while you're still getting settled, yeah, is always a little... Once you loosen up, though, it gets better.
Oh, yes.
Best of luck to you, Missy. Good luck to you as well, Kimmy. Week 10, Sith Lord Snorlaxs versus Cincinnati Cinderaces. Game 1, here we go.
That's a nice outfit.
That's a cute outfit. The Snorlaxs opening their favorite lead, Clefairy Gengar, versus Incineroar and Hydreigon. Fable opening with a Follow Me, redirecting any future attacks. Hydreigon with an Earth Power into Clefable. Incineroar following with a Darkest Lariat, also into Clefable, resisted. Ooh, tanks both attacks, still over half health. And Gengar sets up the Trick Room for free. You can unmute the TV if you want. Actually, put some sound to it. You had it muted because you were listening to music. You do that. Ooh, Incineroar goes first, this time using an Earthquake. Hydreigon's Levitate protects it from damage, but it doesn't save Clefable and Gengar. Ooh, both Pokemon down to the yellow. Gengar actually overtaking Clefable for damage, especially after Clefable eats its Citrus Berry and recovers some health, putting it back to about where it was before taking the Earthquake. Clefable responds with a Moonblast into Hydreigon. That's a ×4 and a very dead Hydreigon. Gengar follows up with a Sludge Bomb into Incineroar. Ooh, almost half health. Left it in the green, but Incineroar does get poisoned. Gengar recovers a little bit of health from its black sludge, while Incineroar takes some damage from the poison, putting it over half. Cinderaces replacing their fallen Hydreigon with Talonflame. What you thinking?
Huh?
What you thinking?
Oh.
Hey, you're thinking an Earthquake, but Talonflame don't care.
Okay. I too. But then it's like, doesn't really matter.
Fair enough. Ooh, Gengar's cursed body does disable Earthquake before Gengar goes down. Clefable with a Moonblast to Incineroar. Incineroar eats it up and eats its own berry. Eats it up and eats it up. Recovers a good chunk of health from its Figgy Berry. Talonflame with a Steel Wing into Clefable. Super effective, but Clefable still in the yellow. Incineroar taking some poison damage. And the Snorlax is picking their Mon to replace Gengar. It's gonna be Primarina. Ooh, 3v3. But unfortunately, it looks like the Snorlaxes have the type advantage on the field, putting the Cinderaces in a tight spot. Incineroar can't respond with Earthquake either because it's been disabled. Boo. Impartial announcer, says me. Incineroar the Flare Blitz into Clefable is gonna pick up the KO. Clefable goes down. Incineroar taking a little bit of recoil damage. Primarina with a Hydro Pump. That one's going into Incineroar. Incineroar's going down for sure.
Bye-bye. Sorry, Incineroar. But you did good.
Incineroar did. It took out, what, 2 months? 2, yeah, that's right. The Earthquake also got Gengar. Stealing into Primarina, and it gets the defense boost. Cinderaces send out their final Pokemon, Goodra. Snorlax's final Pokemon is Cursula.
That's a ghost type, right?
It is a ghost type. Cinderaces are thinking about something. Unfortunately, she's keeping all her thoughts to herself. Ooh, I think you timed out.
I did.
Snorlax is going for the Dynamax. Dynamax in their Primarina. So big, so beautiful. Talonflame used Fly. That's fair. Oh, Talonflame avoids the attack. No Shadow Ball from Cursula. That's a solid Sludge Bomb that goes into Primarina, knocking it down to the yellow. But Primarina responds with a Starfall into Goodra, but Goodra hangs on. Setting the Misty Terrain as well and taking some Life Orb recoil. Ooh, but the Trick Room ends. Cinderaces have been able to use that to their advantage so far. Talonflame's able to fly first because it has the Gale Wings ability, so it has priority when it's got full health. Speaking of Talonflame's fly, into Cursula does a chunk of damage. Oh no, Cursula's Perish Body activates, and Talonflame's gonna faint in 3 turns. Ooh, if it doesn't faint right now from a Max Geyser. That's going to do it for Talonflame. Primarina takes some Life Orb recoil as Talonflame goes down. But a Thunderbolt from Goodra is going to knock out Primarina with a critical hit. Cursula responds with a Burning Jealousy into Goodra. Wow, next to no damage. Cincinnati Cinderaces, remembering they have a Dynamax button and choosing to use it. That's fair. Goodra's Max Wormwind into Cursula is not going to be enough. The reduced damage from the terrain really hurts the damage output. Shadow Ball from Cursula. Ooh, Goodra eats that up still too. Goodra with a Max Lightning into Cursula. Oh, not enough. Down to the red. But it does reset the terrain. And the Shadow Ball. Oh, 4 HP. Goodra hanging in clutch. And that's gonna do it. The Max Lightning picks up the KO on Cursula. Game 1 to the Cinderaces. Wow, down to the wire. 4 HP remaining.
That's a hard game. Goodra holds on. There's like...
Wow, very close game 1. I can't wait to see what game 2 brings out. Scheming anything different for game 2?
Yeah. My dragon here. Looks like the fairy guy there. Hold it really quickly.
She does have 2 fairy guys there. Times 4 is a hell of a drug.
So I'm thinking maybe this instead.
That assault vest really put in work for you last game.
I think that's not being good. Just because
That it did. Game 2, Sith Lord Snorlaxs versus the Cincinnati Cinderaces. Cincinnati Cinderaces with an early lead, 1-0. Can the Snorlaxs pull it back and even the odds? Snorlax is mixing it up this time with Clefable and Poltegeist. Cinderaces also mixing it up a touch with Incineroar and Corviknight. It is a ghost. Interesting. Incineroar passes out some Intimidates, but Poltegeist uses a white herb to reduce the damage, or to reduce the stat drop. To fix the reduced stat drop. English hard.
It's one of the hardest languages.
I can speak it good at. Corviknight with an Iron Head into Clefable. Oh, Clefable's raw sing into Incineroar. Her streak continues. Incineroar taking a nap this turn. Poltegeist aiming in Shadow Ball at Corviknight. Corviknight eats it up though. And then recovers some health with its leftovers. Incineroar over here taking a cat nap. Corviknight sitting pretty healthy. The leftovers doing it some good, bringing it back up to about 3/4 health. Clefable just over half. Corviknight with an Iron Head into Clefable. Ooh, almost knocks it down to the red. Until Clefable eats its Citrus Berry. Almost back to half, but still in the yellow. Clefable falls with a Moonblast into Incineroar. Incineroar don't care though. Ooh, the special attack. Too bad it don't care. Incineroar wakes up and a Darkest Lariat comes out. This is going into Poltegeist for some big damage. That does it. Poltegeist out.
I believe you wake up. Woke him up for me. Thank you.
Corviknight recovering a little bit with leftovers. Snorlaxs is selecting Poltegeist replacement. It's Primarina! Clefable's impeccable sing accuracy coming in, but Incineroar waking up quick for a KO to even the odds. But then Primarina turns around and Hydro Pumps into Incineroar and knocks it out in return. It knocked out her other Pokemon. Ooh, the Iron Head almost gets Clefable, and Clefable flinches. Corviknight recovering a little more health. Cinderace's third Pokemon is Dragalge. Snorlax is evening things up with a Hydro Pump last round. But Clefable just barely hanging on. What's she thinking? Can't wait to find out. Alright, here we go. Primarina to the Hydro Pump. Ooh, this one's gonna land too going into Corviknight. That does some hefty damage, but Corviknight hangs on in the red. Corviknight's Iron Head's going to go into Clefable. That'll pick up the KO there. Clefable goes down before it can do any more damage. And then Dragalge with a Thunderbolt. That's going into Primarina for some super effective damage. Ooh, not quite to the red, but knocking it down pretty low. Corviknight's leftovers, bringing it back into the yellow. Corviknight and Primarina sitting at about the same hit points now. And the Gengar is in the back. Snorlax is down to her final two Pokemon, Primarina and Gengar. Versus the Cinderaces, Dragalge, and Corviknight, +1 in the back. Both Dynamaxes still available. Gengar opens with the Sucker Punch into Corviknight. Ooh, doesn't do a whole lot. Corviknight's still in the red. And a Moonblast comes out from Primarina into Dragalge, but Dragalge hangs on into the yellow. And Iron Head goes into Gengar for a critical hit, doing over half its health. But then Gengar disables it with the Cursed Body. Dragalge follows up with a Thunderbolt to Primarina, and that'll do it. Primarina's down. Gengar recovering a little bit with the Black Sludge. And then Corviknight recovering with its leftovers, bringing it once again back into the yellow. And Dragalge with its own Black Sludge, recovering some health, but not over half. No Iron Head for you. Cursed Body. Honestly, though, I'll take Cursed Body as Gengar's ability over Levitate any day. Gengar with Levitate was stupid. Stupid strong. Not hating on it at all. I respect that Gengar. What are we looking at? We're looking at a big Gengar. The Snorlax has been able to whittle down Cinderace's Pokemon enough that Gengar can just clean up house? No, she says, but we'll find out. Gengar is faster than both her Mons. Oh, goes for a Max Guard. Blocking the taunt and blocking the Hydro Pump. Okay, next turn. Ooh, Gengar's Black Sludge does put it back over half. Corviknight recovering a little bit. Dragalge also recovering a little bit. Ooh, almost a half. What? 3 points away? Something like that. I can math. Corviknight's coming back, gonna swap in for her fourth and final Pokemon, which is Goodra. Gengar with a Max Darkness is going into Dragalge and does a chunk of damage, but Dragalge's still hanging on with over... It's still in the yellow, not quite in the red. Gengar passing out special defense drops, though. Ooh, a Thunderbolt goes into Gengar, does a nice little chunk of damage, whittling him down slowly but surely before he recovers some health with the Black Sludge. Dragalge's thinking, ooh, I like that idea, and also recover in health. Cinderace is going for their Dynamax now. The Goodra. The Googie. Gengar's going to open with a Max Ooze into Goodra, hoping to get some special attack boost, but ooh, that's a minimal amount of damage it's doing. Goodra responds with a Max Flare, putting Gengar down into the red, but not enough to pick up the KO. Can Dragalge do it? The Thunderbolt does do it. In an explosion of fury, Gengar goes down, and Cinderaces take game 2.
It's just one and one now.
One more game to go. 2-0 so far in the favor of the Cinderaces. Will Will the Cinderaces pick up the sweep? Or will the Snorlaxs come back and take a game? Stay tuned to find out. Like and subscribe. You've brought everything, haven't you? You brought all 4 of your mons. All 6 of them, excuse me.
I was gonna say, yeah, just one or 4. But yeah, I found them all.
No, you brought all 6 over 2 games. Cool, cool, cool.
I actually like this combo.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it is your thought process.
Yeah.
Cinderace is locked in. Snorlax is locked in. Here we go. Game 3. Double fairy opening from the Snorlaxs, this time opening Clefable and Primarina. Versus Cincinnati Cinderaces, Incineroar and Corviknight opening from Game 2. Passing out some attack drops from the Intimidate. Not doing too much in the favor of the Cinderaces, though. Primarina is just going to open things up with a Hydro Pump straight into Incineroar. Oh, and Incineroar goes down. Full health to none. Corviknight's Iron Head into Clefable does about a third of its health. And the Sing streak continues. That Sing accuracy is obnoxious. 55, my ass. We'll see what happens. Cinderace is down a Pokemon early and Corviknight to sleep. Fable and Primarina both sitting healthy. Primarina's Moonblast is going into Dragalge. That's going to do over half its health and damage. Ooh, about 3/4 even. Corviknight takes its mandatory turn of sleep. As Clefable's Moonblast also into Dragalge. Dragalge's going down before it can even move this turn. Very well played by the Snorlaxs to capitalize on the slowest Pokemon and its partner being asleep. Cinderace's final Pokemon is Goodra versus 2 fairies. That's scary. It is very scary. I'm not going anywhere, folks. Going out big she is with a Dynamax Goodra. Primarina's Moonblast into Goodra does negligible damage, about 1/4 of its health, despite being super effective. Goodra's Max Ooze into Clefable. Good chunk of damage, puts it down into the red and gives it a special attack boost. Clefable recovers a little bit of health with its Citrus Berry. Corviknight takes a nap for one more turn. The Moonblast as well from Clefable, but Goodra just eating it up, still over half its health despite taking 2 super effective fairy attacks. Will this be the turn that Corviknight wakes up and we see Clefable go down? She's thinking hard about it. Thinking real hard about it. She is capitalizing on her lead quite well. Let's see if she can extend it out with a Dynamax. Ooh, it's a big Primarina. Primarina opens with a max Starfall into Goodra. Ooh, hefty damage, but Goodra hangs on, not quite into the red yet, but that is going to set the Misty Terrain. Primarina taking some Life Orb recoil. Goodra with its max ooze into Clefable. That does it. Clefable goes down. One more special attack boost to Goodra. And one for Corviknight. And Corviknight wakes up. The Iron Head into Primarina does knock it below half. But just below half. Snorlaxs is making their selection to replace Clefable. It is its Shadow Gengar. (2v3) last turn for Cincinnati Cinderaces Dynamax. Snorlax is still with one more Pokemon in the back that she has yet to reveal. Primarina's max Starfall into Goodra. This is gonna do it. Goodra's going down. Poor Gooey. He did a lot of damage before he left, though. Some Life Orb recoil. Corviknight's Iron Head into Gengar. Again for a crit and over half its health, but not disabled by Cursed Body this time. Ooh, and the Trick Room goes up. Corviknight is now the slowest Pokemon on the field. Gengar's Sucker Punch does have priority, though. Oh, negligible damage to Corviknight, though. Corviknight's Iron Head goes into Gengar. Ooh, and it hangs on in the red. No crits for you this time. Primarina falls with a Max Geyser into Corviknight. Ooh, that's a good chunk of damage. It puts Corviknight all the way down to the red. Setting the rain and taking a little bit of Life Orb recoil before Corviknight regains its health with its leftovers. And Gengar with its Black Sludge before Primarina's Dynamax is over. Tight spot for the Cinderaces, just one Pokemon remaining, and while their Pokemon may be in the yellow, it's just barely above the red. Corviknight's Iron Head does connect with Gengar. Gengar is going down. And no Cursed Body. Primarina's Hydro Pump does connect, and that's gonna do it. Corviknight goes down, and the Cincinnati Cinderaces lose Game 3. It was a very good game. That was a heck of a set. Cinderaces win the set 2-1, but not before the Snorlaxes take Game 3.